Every trend has a beginning, middle, and end. In this lesson, we'll look at the formation, continuation, and termination of an uptrend. As we learned in the previous lesson, the trend consists of three segments. The formation of an uptrend always begins with an up segment, starting from a swing low to a swing high, followed by a down segment that does not cross below the preceding swing low. This is a sign that buying is coming into the market. Then following the higher low, we have segment 3, which is an up segment that breaks out and price crosses above the preceding swing high. The last segment on the right is the breakout segment, and the higher low is the controlling swing low of the newly formed uptrend. The uptrend continues every time the market continues to make higher lows and higher highs. Each time the price crosses above the high and a new higher low has been created, the new higher low becomes the controlling swing low of the uptrend. As you'll notice here, the original higher low is no longer in control because the new high has been broken, and therefore the new higher low is the swing in control. Price remaining above the controlling swing low and breaking above the high tells us the trend is continuing. Then the market makes a new high. Once price crosses above that high, and not until that moment, then the new higher low becomes the controlling swing low. So you notice that the controlling swing low of the uptrend is adjusted to higher lows as the trend continues to make higher lows and higher highs. Now, why do you think we put such an emphasis on the swing in control of the uptrend? You can ask yourself this question: would the market still be in an uptrend if price crosses below the controlling swing low? The answer is no. The market would not still be in an uptrend, and it can't be, because at that point the market would be making a lower low. And by definition, an uptrend is not made of lower lows. So once price crosses below the controlling swing low, then the uptrend is discontinued. Once the trend is discontinued, how do you think we would classify the movement of price from the very first low of the uptrend to the very last high of the uptrend? Remember, it's no longer a trend because the uptrend is discontinued. However, it doesn't just vanish, it's still an object and data left on the chart. So, if not representational of a trend, what does it represent? A discontinued uptrend is what we say has reverted to a range. A range is simply a low to a high. So the discontinued uptrend reverts to a range from the first low of the trend on the left to the last high on the right. Once the trend is discontinued, it is no longer the dominant direction of price. While we haven't fully defined downtrends yet, notice that something resembling a downtrend has already formed before the uptrend actually terminated or discontinued. Keep in mind, a trend discontinues on its own. It has nothing to do with an opposite trend forming. The most recent controlling swing low is the price that must be crossed in order for the uptrend to discontinue or terminate, regardless of a sideways or downward trend developing prior to price breaking below the swing in control. However, just because an uptrend is discontinued, it does not mean a downtrend has begun. So again, remember, a trend terminates or discontinues on its own uniquely. It has nothing to do with an opposite trend forming. Being able to identify the formation of an uptrend, the continuation of the uptrend, the adjustment of the controlling swing low, and the termination or discontinuance of the uptrend will aid in our decision-making process for entering trades. Before you move on, go back and review previous uptrends that you've identified. Pull up a chart, identify a new uptrend, and practice identifying the three segments that identify the uptrend. Using the same chart, identify the location where price creates a continuation of the uptrend, which is a breakout in price, which creates a new higher high and a new controlling swing low. Using that same chart, identify the location where price may create a discontinuance or termination of the uptrend, and this is where price trades through the most recent controlling swing low. Hope to see you in the next video.